Barovia sleeps. In the eternal twilight of clouds, it's difficult for any to feel truly awake. The farmers who plow their fields, the fishermen who dredge the rivers and lakes, even the heroes who bring what little hope they can to the lands, do so with a weariness that goes beyond mere tiredness. Even she who rules the land, who is the land, feels the weight of centuries press upon her. Barovia sleeps. Change is the onus of those who live in wakefulness. And Barovia has not changed in many, many long years. People live, people die. And yet the land has remained almost unchanged no matter how many hundreds or thousands of lives pass within the misty borders. Kresk, Vallaki, Barovia all existed when the mists fell, and will likely persist until the realm is nothing more than a whispered dream. Barovia sleeps, but it will not sleep forever. All those who sleep must wake. Even the most terrible things must wake. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another terrible, horrifying Saturday in Barovia. I am Jonathan Kenny, your game master for the evening, and these are the Forget-Me-Nots and guest. Say hi.
Hey.
Right.
Hello.
Hey, why did you make my chronic fatigue into a fantasy game, Jonathan?
I'm sorry.
Hello.
Barovia is literally chronic fatigue as a domain of dread, to be perfectly honest.
Oof.
Oh,
Be that way sometimes.
Jonathan, I just need you to know that when you said Barovia sleeps, all my brain could do is in the mountains, the misty mountains, Barovia sleeps tonight. And I'm just like, that's where I'm at for today.
Alright.
You know.
oh, this is going to be a fun session, isn't it?
Mm-mm.
So last time, the party, splitting away from half of their number, went down to Georgia. Sorry, not Georgia. Vallaki. Went around Lake Zarovich and were heading towards the Ember Temple to find what secrets may linger there. A few days of travel passed fairly uneventfully before making camp one night. They found a decent campsite that the only inhabitant seemed to be a skeleton. A very dapperly dressed skeleton that apparently was alive and awoke when the party disturbed its rest. Sir Amic Hollander, as they are known, the non-bonary skeleton. Sorry, I need a minute. I took psychic damage in real life when I first heard the name
We all did.
and the terms. They decided to join the group just for lack of anything better to do, really.
I did it for all of
and-
you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because they're just such a nice person, skeleton thing. After that, they continued down the Luna River towards Berez, making their way through the swamps. A rainstorm picks up, and they spend the night in a mostly still put together farmhouse with a number of scarecrows out in the fields, only to wake up the next morning and find the scarecrows missing. Spooky. After that, they make their way into the ruins of Berez proper, at which point mists sweep in and enclose everybody, and everybody gets lost in the mists, at which point they all face regrets and fears from their past. Some very, very, very painful regrets for some of them. And as the mists cleared and their regrets left them, they hear a throaty cackle from across the river and see one of the farmhouses literally pick itself up by the roots and walk away into the forest. As Baba Lysaga leaves them to pick up the pieces of their fractured psyches. And that is, in fact, where we will be picking up.
No regrets
Picking
here,
up
just
the
anger.
remnants of your fractured psyche.
Terra's fucking pissed. And I think after the mists clear, it takes a moment. And she was the only one who stayed on her feet. She's just
Yeah, I think Aster is in the fetal position.
Sobbing.
standing there. Arthur meme fists. And she's just like thinking, how dare they? How fucking dare they put those words in Lily's mouth? And it takes her a minute to notice the state of the others.
They've definitely seen better days.
I'll do 'em.
Ow!
Terra will walk over to her little buddy, and she'll kneel down by him and put a hand on his shoulder. Esther, are you okay?
Esther's like literally in the fetal position crying, but he coughs and like blood comes out because he took a lot of
Esther!
fucking damage.
Oh, whoa!
Um,
Whoa! Oh, hey! Here, it's okay.
It hurts.
I know.
It hurts so bad.
I know. Shh. I'm gonna roll
When you-
a medicine check on Aster. Give him a little.
Treat wounds.
Yeah. How much health do you have?
Like 12, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
You are at 17 out of 69.
Got him.
Nice. I'm gonna do something I haven't done in a while, which is risky surgery.
Go
So
stab
I
me,
roll
please.
1d8 and stab you a little bit, but that
Yep.
gives me a critical if I succeed. So take 3 damage.
Haven't I been through enough?
And your how strong are you going with this treat wounds check?
The one that's one
The base
up
check
from
is 15.
Yeah, so DC. What
Okay,
do I
so-
get if I do a DC 20?
An expert is a DC 20 check and increases the hit points regained by 10.
Okay, I'm gonna go for an expert check because I have expert and I have a plus 15 because why the fuck not?
Ooh! Ooh!
Didn't even need the risky surgery.
Ooh.
So 4d8 plus 10. And then if you want to take a full hour, you can double it even further.
Yeah, I'll take an hour and look after him.
All right, so that's
We're gonna
50.
stay here for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, 50. So 60 HP back to you. So you're back to full after an hour of treatment.
Esther,
Ireena, give me a few minutes. Can you take a look at the others?
Yes, of course. Hugo? Ireena goes over to you. And
When Ireena goes over to me, to Hugo rather, Hugo's just kind of locked in position, and he's not saying anything. He looks stiffened.
gonna throw a lay on hands on you. So you get
As soon
24
as-
HP back.
As soon as Ireena touches him, he just goes, falls back first into the mud.
That's all right.
And
We
he
can get
goes-
you cleaned up afterwards. It's fine.
Thank you for the Thank you for the hit points.
24.
Because Jonathan, because I have
Yep.
the ward medic feat, can we say I was looking after myself while I was treating Aster and get me back up to full as well?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Thank you.
How about you, Amic?
Is that me?
Yeah, Sir Hollander?
Yes.
Ah. Full face down, ass up. Smoke coming out of where the ears should be.
The Western equivalent of the Yamcha death pose.
Yeah.
You're done.
I think after a few minutes will probably right themselves and see everything and just sort of be around. Like, I feel like at this point they're pretty sure they can manage what they need to on their own, and if they see anything that they feel like they can do to make themselves useful, they'll probably do that.
Ireena looks over at Clara and says, I'm not good at healing the undead. You'll have to check after Sir Hollander when you're done with Aster and yourself.
Ceramic, can you...
It sounds even more like ceramic when I say it in Clara's voice. Oh my god.
It does.
Ceramic.
Amic, would you like some help?
She just says as she's kneeling on the ground, a lap full of Aster. She's just right now. This is Clara.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's another 29 HP to Hugo, because Ireena has assurance in medicine, so she just does the 20.
Okay. So I'm back up to
And I-
full, I think, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Amic, how far down are you? What's your health?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
86 out of 101.
101?
How do you have more health than I do?
I'm healing. I'm gonna do a
Swashbuckler
medicine check
things.
on you anyway.
Amic, let me. Just, please?
By all means, take your time.
I'm gonna do a DC 20.
Oh,
Ayo! 20 exactly.
2d8 plus 10. So
Alright,
17.
So takes 17. That's pretty much you at full.
Yeah.
You need to...
I appreciate the help. It's been some time since I've solved these problems with anything besides whole milk.
I forgot about that. How can I forget about that?
I forgot to.
Your healing potions are just milk.
Sorry, mixed healing potions are just cow milk.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
good enough for Link. It's good enough for me.
Hey. Is everybody back on their feet? We need to get out of here, especially before nightfall.
As you guys are
it sucks
finishing
here
up,
at night. Just awful.
as you guys are finishing up, you hear the sound of wagon wheels coming from the north.
Fuck you,
Rock
dude.
me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
And you turn and you see Jenny Greenteeth's wagon.
Is this our musical episode? This feels like our musical episode.
It is, yeah, actually.
Can be.
Oh, thank you. I did not know how to
Um,
sing in this accent.
She, with her mule-driven cart, is just ambling down the muddy road, and just kind of like looks out. Oh, if it isn't my favorite repeat customers. Well,
Jenny,
some of you at least.
Hello!
What are you doing? What are you doing in these parts?
Clearly driving a good ass.
Dude,
Yes, she is.
Look at that thing. Beautiful.
He is a very strong ass.
I'm done. I'm actually just gonna walk out now, actually.
Okay, farewell, Aster. But if you wanted anything in the cart, dearies, you're, of course, more than welcome to trade for gold or stories. Should I let your
Do
friends know
I-
how it works?
I'm just happy to be involved.
Yes, this is Jenny. She is trustworthy as far as we have seen. She does many things to purchase magical things, useful things.
Hugo, you were going to say
I-
something?
Yeah, do I know? Have I encountered Ginny Greenteeth at all wandering?
Probably not.
Okay.
She doesn't spark any memories or anything like that. She... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as Hugo, what is it that you mean by stories as a form of currency?
Well, not everybody in Barovia is, shall we say, laden with coin, but one thing that they are laden with is stories, and if you tell me something interesting enough, then I will consider that as payment for anything that you might wish to buy from my cart.
We really do have a lot of stories. Like, holy shit,
I
we need a
know.
therapist.
Your friends have
He's-
given me so many good stories already.
He's gonna reach into his cloak and pull out a book, and it just says, "The Sorrows of Loch Lamortia," and he's just gonna be like, "Will this suffice?"
Ooh. And she reaches out her hand to like take it and like flips through it a bit. Yes, I think this might be good for an item or two.
Wonderful.
Come
and I will go and like
into
peruse.
my office. And she parks the wagon. Actually, before she
Scarlet,
does,
I need you to know there's an item called the Bagpipes of Turmoil.
Back
not that face.
While those who
Amick
appreciate
doesn't have
bagpipes may
lungs.
like the sound of this gray reed and black leather instrument, its real purpose is to sow turmoil against our performer's enemies, spreading discord with each note. While playing the bagpipes, you gain a +1 item bonus to performance checks and to intimidation checks made to demoralize.
I need alcohol.
Me too.
Actually, Jonathan, is there an inventory
Yeah.
I can look at?
Jenny Greenteeth stocks any magical items up to your level and +1. And the payment for those will be dependent on what the gold price is.
Okay.
You can find them all in the compendium if there's anything that you had your eyes set on before.
It is admittedly one of those I was just kind of waiting for more tutorial, but the window never showed up, so I stood there.
Oh
for a
yeah,
few
no.
seconds.
No tutorial. You missed it. We skipped the tutorial as everybody goes into the back of Jenny's wagon.
Any magic item.
Up to your level +1.
And you said usually like it's common and sometimes uncommon.
Uncommon or rare, I have to approve it first, but if it's common, then it's always there. And yeah, for Hugo and Amick, who have never been in Jenny Greenteeth's wagon, the inside does seem to be a little bit bigger than the dimensions of the wagon would suggest. And the shelves are filled with every kind of knick-knack, paddywhack that you could imagine. Everywhere you look is something different. There's no rhyme nor reason to it. It is chaos in here, but your eyes are kind of drawn from one thing to the next without any problem. Despite the chaos, it seems to somehow instinctively make sense to you.
Okay.
So, what have you all been up to recently? What are you doing in this neck of the woods, shall we say?
Aster looking
Yeah.
down, freshly traumatized.
This is a mountain.
Clara's holding your hand.
As
She's
you
not
should.
letting you go until we have a minute to talk.
Correct.
We are trying a bit of a divide and conquer strategy. Our friends are on their way to an important meeting, and we are on an information gathering mission, you could say.
Ah, I see. And this information you're after would happen to be... where?
South.
There's not very much to the south, you know. There's Luna Lake, Solenka Pass, and Mount Gakis, but as far as I know, the only people that visit those places are the forest and mountain folk.
Well, as for now, we are heading towards Luna Lake, a bit further south, but you understand if I would want to be a bit secretive. These are dangerous
I see.
times, you know.
Of course. Dangerous times, dangerous measures.
Yes. You have to be willing to risk things.
Echo.
She's doing her best.
She wants to be involved.
She's
Well,
working, okay?
She kind of did read my mind. Because I was trying to figure it out. You said our level +1, so a level 8
Yes.
item would be.
Correct.
I would like a bag of cats.
Oh, God.
you would.
I'm just looking for any bag that is purring.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to find on Jenny Greenteeth's shelves. You do indeed see a beautiful leather bag lined in soft fur on one of the shelves. And
yes.
when you go to pick it up, it starts to purr.
I fucking love these things.
What? What did... Sir Emic, what is that? What is that?
Smoothie. It's a bag of cats.
Why in the bag?
Because the cat's out of the bag.
I thought there was a turn of phrase.
There is quite literally a leopard or some other similar big cat. But you can pet it like a normal-sized cat. See, this one even looks like a calico.
I propose we kill the bonehead.
Good luck.
Oh, wow. Hey, oh,
I'm already dead inside.
there's an orange one in there too. Look at that.
The orange ones are great. They're
God.
so stupid.
What will you be trading for it? Gold or a story?
That entirely depends on how much gold the DM says I arbitrarily have at this exact moment in time, and is it 500 gold pieces?
You have a starting wealth. Credit for new characters. At level 7, you would have 125 currency, 125 gold, in addition to all of your magic items.
Well,
Can we? Sorry.
you accept payments and stories.
If it's good enough.
Hmm.
But you seem like someone who has a lot of stories.
I am entirely comprised of stories. In fact,
A true one, I would prefer.
I cannot lie. It has nothing to do with the bones. I have nothing to do with the Fae. I'm just stupid.
Then by all means, entertain me.
I am going to tell you all of the day that I met my best friend. And they're going to point to the eye with the pill bug. And Iris is going to walk out onto their hand. And Iris pills up into a ball and just kind of starts to spin really fast until they're kind of just floating in the air nearby. Now, I want you to cast your gaze back to when I was roughly 18 years old and significantly more plucky than I was. I had just made my way into the world. I had left home. I had left my parents. I had left my younger brother. He was kind of a dick, but that's besides the point. And I left so I could make a name for myself. I thought I could protect people. I'm strong. I could make up for all the mistakes I've made in life. I could deal with, I don't know, those 3 weird women who live over in the next town over and sell those pastries that make me uncomfortable. There are so many things I could do in this world. And as I was thinking about this, my foot got stuck in the root of a tree, and I tripped forward. My eye was gouged out upon the rocks. Lost my eye when I was like 17. Obviously, I had to move on from that. I don't need to dwell on that exact moment. But I get it cleaned up. There's a river nearby. It's all fine. I probably got parasites from that, if I'm being completely honest, but they're not around anymore, I hope. And while I was sitting at the riverbed, cleaning my eye, well, the remainder of it. Are you gonna settle? Okay. Everyone's a critic.
Echo didn't like your story.
And as I was sitting by the riverbed, this one rock rolled up next to me, and I thought, neat, and I skipped it, trying to make myself laugh in some way, shape, or form. Did not work, but I threw it, and it came back and hit me in the forehead. And I looked at it, and it was this tiny pill bug who unrolled and then picked up a rock and dropped it on me. And we have been together ever since, though I surmise that it is because she got hit with the same spell I did the second time all of my friends died. Oh, wow. Oh, that's why you can live so long. I had no idea. Anyway, that is...
If the pill bug had shoulders, it would shrug right about now.
Am I wrong? That's more or less the story.
I think that's more than worth a bag of cats, to be sure.
Fuck yes.
And you give your story in exchange for a bag of cats.
I am naming you Echo. My cat is now canon in your world.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, I have a ghost cat in honor of my childhood cat, who has since passed, so...
So
Respect.
just putting this on the record, since I'm only here temporarily, my favorite one of you is going to get the bag of cats upon my departure.
Hell yeah!
Fight for my affection. Impress me.
Jonathan,
Yeah.
we can sell to her the magic items we have but haven't been
Yeah.
using.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's reasonable.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I sold off a couple of things by deleting them from my inventory and adding them to
gold.
adding their worth back to my gold.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I sold off a couple of things, and I would like to exchange my basic staff of healing for a greater staff of healing, which is 470 gold.
All right. Easy enough. Gold for
Did
gold.
Did you still want that alchemist lab?
Not really. I haven't been using it.
I was gonna say it's been just sitting in the bag. I don't
We
know.
can get rid of it.
I don't know if Aster wants to use it or not, though.
It's only
I
5
think-
gold.
It's only 5. Never mind. I think Aster's gonna take you around, Clara, and like the deep yearning for material objects is going to temporarily suppress the deep trauma that has just lashed in his brain. And he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, this is cool. I'll use this." And you know, it's like a kid, like given free reign at a fucking the
Me
mall.
too.
So you just see him walk up to the counter with all these things, and he's like, I haven't been here in a while. I missed the last one. I also,
That's quite
if
a lot
you
that you have there.
would like to feel bad, I am doing something that I was told not to engage in, which I believe was shopping your feelings out.
Ah, yes, a little bit of retail therapy. That's my favorite.
I don't know if it's gonna fix it, but also I just saw a vision of my parental figure being murdered right in front of me and his blood spilling out all over the place. And I don't think I'll live that down for the next month or so, so...
I give Aster
That's
a
a
little kiss
terrible
on the head when
shame.
he says that.
What would make you feel better, little man?
Little
Um,
man.
The reassurance that my parental figure is still alive and well, but I know that's too much to ask for, and that's probably worth more than anything in this shop, so I'm just gonna throw all these items on here and wish for the best.
What about a trip to some interesting ruins?
Yes, I mean, huh?
Have you ever
Very.
been to Argynvostholt,
I look at
atop the mountain nearby?
I literally look at Clara like a child does a parent. And you're like, I've been wanting to go there. Mom, can I go?
Is it? Could you tell us what you know about the place?
Argynvostholt was once the headquarters of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Wait.
They were a knightly order that once lived here in Barovia before Lady Strahda destroyed
Question?
them.
Were they active in the daytime too?
When there was daytime, I imagine they were.
Just
Why would
I
they not
ask.
be?
I ask because, and they pull out the
A
fairy tales.
knightly order, yes.
Every time I see knightly order appear, sometimes they mention the sunlight or the moonlight, and if it's a knightly order, I get confused because there weren't
She
many
just
of them when I was.
Pats Sir Amic on the head. He says, "You might want to check your spelling, dear. There's knights and then there's knights."
Is that like you have, like, where you can kill it, but you can also kill it? Is it kind of the same thing?
Close enough. Close enough.
Where you can slay, but you can also slay.
Slay.
Correct.
Hmm.
Knights are definitely better at the tries to remember which way you did it. The former rather than the latter. The slaying rather than the slaying.
But what if they were just a little, you know?
You know.
You might be pleasantly surprised then.
I don't know if you're implying that I am a homosexual or if you are implying that I am, in fact, homophobic. Because the answer is that I am just scared of people and intimacy, and it has nothing to do with the outside. I am literally a skeleton. How can I have standards greater than that?
She's
It
just
just
looking at
becomes
you with a
Ceramic,
smile
were
on
you
her
just
face.
sincere for a second?
I'm always sincere.
Oh, Sir Amic Hollander. How I have missed you.
I do my best,
You know each other?
apparently.
Okay.
You don't remember, but she does.
We've passed a few times. I'm terribly sorry if you don't recall those instances, but they were very funny.
For what it's worth, I do remember them. I feel like it is just inappropriate for the current medium for me to recollect upon.
Understandable.
You can only take boning jokes so far.
Oh. And I oop.
Your jokes make me bone weary, that's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
god.
would like to.
Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
Are we
I would
doing
like
this?
to
'Cause
purchase
I,
something.
my guy, I'm as fuck. I will do this. It will
I
take
know
the
you will.
stream.
It will just be 3 hours of bone jokes. Hugo,
Mhm.
what do you want?
Wait, I didn't buy my stuff.
I would
Oh, I
like
thought you were
to purchase.
purchasing it. Go ahead, Hugo.
I
You
would-
first.
I would like to purchase this sash here. It looks useful. And I point out a resolute mind wrap.
That sounds like
Resolute
head on
mind
apply
wrap.
directly to the forehead bullshit.
Hmm.
These are rare, so I am asking
Mhm,
for
mhm, mhm.
permission.
I don't see any reason why not. She takes it and is like, yes, I got this from a Tansugi monastery. They understand the value of protecting the mind from the intrusion of violence and anger.
Mm.
Is that something you struggle
try-
with, kind sir?
Hugo tries to like put it around his head, but his head's too fucking big and he can't fucking like tie it. So he's like, he just
Maybe
ties it
around the
around his
wrist.
wrist.
Yes,
Yeah.
good.
And I gave you payment for that as well. Is that enough for just this, or just one more? Or is that enough for just this, or one more thing?
Depends on the other thing. This is quite rare, so...
Fair enough. I will look for something else then. Something smaller, I suppose.
And you asked her, what, were you paying with, cash or memory?
I am financially incompetent, so I will attempt to provide you more insight on my life.
She
Given the
sits intently,
parameters,
waiting.
do you have a specific genre of my life you would like to know about?
Why don't you tell me a happy memory?
There was a portion of time, brief for us, so my caretaker has a twin. Her name is Leanne. She is quite literally like the polar opposite of my caretaker. She would attempt to find some of us in the orphanage to enact her own teachings. I feel like she didn't like getting in the way, or she didn't agree with the perspective that my caretaker had. And so there were times where throughout the day or in the middle of the night she would wake one of us, and there was a time where she would wake me, and I went on a very intense hike. I'll put it lightly. And she wouldn't tell me where I was going, and she moved fast. She was quite martially trained.
Hmm.
And I'm small now, but even then I was smaller. And so pushing up the mountains through the thick, dense woods, I tried to follow the best I could. She said it was really important that I learn to traverse many areas, especially something as local to where we were at. But after what felt like hours, we broke through the tops. And surprisingly enough, I saw my caretaker there at the top, just waiting, and we met at the top of the mountains, and we all discussed the moon and the stars and the constellations, and it was nice. I mean, it was hard, but being able to sit there and enjoy, because he worshipped the goddess of the moon, and I took as much info as I could from that, those philosophies. But it was nice, because then we walked down and had some tea, and of course I went back to bed, but there are random sporadic moments I forget about now. I miss them.
Find those happy memories that come after difficult trials to be all the sweeter for it. And she pushes the cross to her purchases to you.
What would you say, quantity-wise, that entails? I'm looking.
I
at
don't know what you were picking up.
I was looking at the guiding star, which is a level 7 magic item, but it's a star knife with striking and returning. Because I've only been using the silver weapon.
Sure.
Skeleton key, which is a common item. And then I still wanted those spectacles of understanding for the book. Because it's a +1 item bonus to decipher writing.
I think that is reasonable.
Slay.
It was a very happy memory.
Yay! Thank you.
A bag of cats can turn you into a cat?
Sure can.
That's neat.
None of you are ready for Catboy ceramic.
Does he come out as the skeletal cat?
It's the same thing, but with the paws and the pointy ears.
Are you not in a Super Mario cat suit?
No, I'm thinking the 4 superheroes in My Hero Academia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Wild Pussycats.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Love
Weaves.
I cosplayed Mandalay once.
Well done.
for you.
Anybody else want anything else?
I am looking at a particular the batch of interesting clockwork things on the in the corner of the wagon, and I turn and I look at I turn and I look at her Jenny Greenteeth, and I say, Hugo says, these are dwarven mechanical components.
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes, I believe spent some time in Galarian and came across most of those.
Interesting.
You've been to
I
Galarian.
have
Well,
an idea
people
of what
from
to do.
Galarian brought them, rather.
I have an idea of what to do, what I can do with these. They don't seem put together in any way, shape, or form. Would these be could these be thrown into something else that I could potentially use later?
Of course.
What I mean
just,
by that is, may I purchase something else and these be thrown in with them?
Yes, of course.
Good. Well, thank you. I will continue. I will continue looking around here. Actually, what is this topaz thing here? And he's looking at a brooch of inspiration. Is that
Oh,
too high up on the rarity list, or
uncommon level 8. I don't necessarily see why not.
What?
no? Okay. And he's gonna say like, could they be thrown in with this particular thing?
Yes, of course. What were you hoping to trade for it? A memory
Oh, I
or
thought this
some
was.
gold?
I thought this was
Oh, with the book.
like
Hmm.
with the book. Yes.
I'll allow it for this time. But I hope to hear
Okay.
a very good memory from you next time our paths cross.
I will let you know if I come across any memories.
Now then. Asta, dear, would you like to go to Argynvostholt with, if your friends are all right with that?
Are we okay with that?
It's in the same direction. And I don't think it's a bad idea. It was an order that served the Silver Dragon. Dragons are generally, at least the metallic ones, forces of good, so maybe we could
Well-
find a couple of tools?
Normally, to get to the castle, you would have to go back almost to Vallakovich and around the bend, but I know a shortcut through the mountains that'll get us there much quicker.
Or are you coming with us?
Why did that sound so
Oh.
suspicious?
I would simply like to help you, my wonderful repeat customers, get where they need to go, that's all.
The way that you phrased that.
A shortcut through the mountains? What's so suspicious about that?
I see nothing wrong with anything you've said just now.
It was just so ominous. But, fuck it. Everything here is.
That's not ominous. Ominous would be saying something like, "It'll be the last place you ever see."
I realize I
Or-
wasn't thinking about ominous. I was thinking of the big. There's a book that I read, which convertibles, where it was this construct that could turn into a wagon, but then turn into a giant man.
What?
How
Like
high are
that
you
guy.
right now?
Ominous line.
Very. You're
You all just wait here in the back, and I'll get us underway. Take a nap for a few hours, and you'll feel better.
Are you sure?
Of course. Perez is somewhere I only go to very occasionally, and I was going to head back soon anyway, so might as well give you a lift.
Thank you.
And she hops through the little curtain in the back to go back into the seat, and after a moment you feel the wagon start to move as the mule starts to pull it along the road. Very smooth ride, surprisingly, for what looks like a rickety wagon full of knickknacks. Probably gyro stabilized or something. There's just chickens in every wheel. They just do the thing where, like, no matter where they go, the head is in the exact same spot.
Amazing.
Can I be
after we-
nosy? Oh, sorry.
No, you first. You first.
I was just gonna say, can I be nosy and like while she's driving us, like I'm just looking through her merch?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Okay. Just like, oh,
Bundles
look
and
at
stuff.
that! Wow, look at that! Ooh, shiny!
I think seeing Aster is trying to distract himself, and not knowing the other two as well. Clara will probably just like settle in next to Ireena. And she'll ask.
Don't make friends, you coward.
What did Hag? Did she show you something too?
Yes, yes, I, it's probably not that unique, but I saw my brother dead in front of Lady Strahda, and I saw Ireena dead, and Shai dead, and all of you dead in front of her, and she said that that this was because she wanted us to be a family, because does it really matter?
I saw Liliana. I saw her alive for a minute. And then I watched her decay, blaming me for not being able to save her. And for a second, I felt that guilt again. I felt like I did when I lost her, but no, she would never speak to me that way. I know that wherever her soul is, whether she deigns to stay in the afterlife or if she's been reborn, that she would never blame me. And I think in the domain of dread, it is important to know what our fears are, to acknowledge them. The more we deny what we are afraid of, the more power it's going to have over us. And I am so tired of being played with. We may not be strong enough now to take out these people, but I want to make them feel the way they've made every person who's walked these lands feel. I want to put an end to this, because how dare they decide how we should feel? How dare they destroy all of this? This isn't right. And I'm not letting it continue.
I'm mostly just...
Our fears only have as much power as we allow them to.
Normally I would agree with you, but fears in a place like this seem to be a bit more than just that. They have power beyond just what we make of them.
Yeah, fear here. Like I've been here for a while. The things I'm scared of here could absolutely kick my ass. Like the literal things. I'm not trying to like err on the pedantic side of it all.
And that's the thing, isn't it? The danger is going to be there. The fear it's going to be there, no matter what we do. This place is terrible. Barovia is cursed and it's horrible and dark. But I'm not going to hide or go quietly into the night or just not fight this because I'm afraid. Of course I'm afraid. These things here are terrible. I've been afraid ever since I set foot in this place, but doesn't mean I'm not going to try.
For what it's
Doesn't mean
worth.
I'm not going.
Look, you all seem like good kids. Each and every one of you. There is nothing wrong with what you're trying to do. In fact, I applaud it, because having been here for, well, my entire life and not really getting the chance to travel before everything, went to shit back home, I found this book that tells me tales from beyond the mist. I understand that some things in these books are far too good to be true, but isn't everywhere. I have met travelers that have gotten lost through the mists and found their way into my backyard, many of whom attacked me, for very obvious reasons. You are
That's fair.
among the first. Well, firstly, to not attack me. Secondly, that I actually think can do a damn thing about it. Most of us have given up. Look across Barovia. There are very few people willing to keep up that fight. The only reason I'm not dead by Strahd's hand is just because I don't think she cares enough about me individually. I wouldn't help. And I have to live and watch all of this. And suddenly, 3 strangers wake me up at my camp.
Or
Could be worse.
Look, just... the important thing here that I want all of you to take to heart, and one of you on my behalf, you can be afraid of anything you want. Quite frankly, I encourage it. Being afraid of things keeps you alive. Being afraid of things tells you when you need to run or when to stand, and you all have figured that out already, especially you. When push comes to shove, the only way out is through. That is the lesson I have learned from living here. That is the thing that has kept me alive. That is the thing that has gotten many people that I cared about killed. Ever onward. You do not
see?
take its fear. You don't take your fear away to become strong over something. Just kill it.
You see, in that moment, when Ceramic is giving this speech, there's an expression in Clara's eyes that she's a pacifist. She's a healer. She doesn't like fighting. But something settles in her when they say this. There's a determination there. And then she smiles.
You know, I think I like you quite a bit.
Because of Iris, isn't it?
Yes, she's very charming.
She is.
And that was how Clara became a serial killer.
Don't worry about it.
Any mission can be corrupted.
So while that mission, while that's going on,
mhm.
Hugo's kind of just been off to the opposite corner of that conversation, and he's taking those dwarven clockwork components. He's gonna try and attempt to make the boots of blasting.
Love that.
What should
So
I
a
do?
crafting check.
Okie doke. It's an intelligence check plus what?
Your crafting modifier, whatever that is.
Please tell me that you're making these with a fur trim.
No, but there is like a way. I'll get into the specifics of what I'm about to do in a second if I pass this check.
You said boots of blasting, right?
Da-da-da.
Blast boots.
Yes, it is.
Moderate.
Hang on a second. It's a level 5 item, if I'm not mistaken.
I see blast boots moderate is a 3rd level item. There's arboreal
Got
boots,
one
boots of
moment.
Elvenkind, boots of free running. Those are all level 5.
Maybe it's a little. It might be plastic boots. The thing that the item does is that it basically jumps me in the air, and it also has an attack that I can do. Oh, is it actually only a level 3 item?
Yeah, blast boots moderate's level 3.
Really should have just kept this fucking page open. My bad.
It's all good.
I don't see it here. Regardless,
Just roll
you
a
need a
crafting check now. Yeah, crafting check.
Yeah, I'll send you the info of the thing that I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence. But where's my crafting? There it is. Crafting master. Public or blind?
You can be public is fine.
Okay.
34. That's definitely above. So you have grabbed essentially like that amount of components worth in money. You start crafting it. It's going to take a couple days of downtime to make it.
Okay.
But we can roll with that roll and let that be like it will get made when time passes. But for now, you're essentially just like roughly outside of it.
You all see Hugo take his boots off, and like you can see the clockwork components on him. He has like obviously the big like pylons on his back, and he has his arm. But like he takes off his boots, and his like from his kneecap down is also clockwork. He just wears boots over top of them to like keep them safe from like dirt and dust and shit.
As a fellow thin-footed person, I appreciate that.
We should be coming up on it soon, dearies.
Thank you, Miss Jenny.
You look through the curtain, and you've ascended fairly quickly through this mountain. Jenny must have a really good shortcut. As it's starting to get closer to late afternoon, maybe about dusk. and you see high above the river valley juts a quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion, its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by the howling of wolves in the woods below, but the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside. Jenny stops the wagon a couple 100 feet away from the building and says, "Last stop, Argynvostholt."
Wow.
It's massive.
I've never been to such a big building before. I guess outside from Strahda's castle. This is bigger than Strahda's castle or smaller?
No, definitely smaller.
Oh, okay.
Strahda's castle is like 7 stories high.
Oh, okay. Still, this is... I've been wanting to go here for a while.
Well, welcome.
Have you... I thought you said you haven't been here.
I have not. I am just keeping into the spirit thing.
Oh, okay. Can you be like our, like a metaphorical tour guide?
Yes, so I
Sick.
suppose.
Perfect.
It will likely be entirely inaccurate, but I will
I expected.
do my best.
Thank you. I feel like you carry morale quite well, so...
I would like to carry more skin.
We'll find you skin. I don't...
What kind of a sentence was that? We'll find you skin?
Did you say you wanted skin? The music keeps getting louder. I need it to stop. Did you not want skin?
I don't want your skin.
No, not my skin. I just said we'll find you skin.
Why do you want to... No, don't find me skin.
All right, everyone out of the wagon, please. Go enjoy your adventure.
As we get out of the wagon, Clara will turn back to Jenny and she'll give the mule a little pat and a little scritch. And she'll just say,
Thank you for helping us.
Oh, it's quite all right. We're all even. Payment for payments and payment for services rendered.
Actually, before I go, I found this ring in your cart, and I can give you hard cash for it. Is that reasonable?
Fantastic. Puts out her hand. Takes it.
160 dosh.
Takes the 160 dosh, and you take the ring.
The ring of minor arcana.
And she lightly taps the reins for the mule and starts trudging down the trail to the north, back towards probably in the direction of Vallakovich, leaving you in front of this very imposing building.
you said it was like late afternoon, early evening?
Yeah.
You all think we should make camp and explore in the morning, or risk seeking shelter closer by? Because it seems like it's going to be super haunted in there.
Everything's haunted.
And haunted things are usually worse in the nighttime. Esther, Hugo, Ireena? Make camp here or get closer?
Preferably somewhere that there isn't rain. I think that's my only real preference. I'm very porous. It's really uncomfortable.
You don't seem very poor to me. You seem like you have plenty of money.
I do not. I am flat fucking broke.
Whoa, ain't it bad?
Maybe we could get you some varnish or something.
anoint my old bones.
I really want to go inside, but if you think we should rest up for the big one, then we can do that.
All right.
I mean, mechanically, I have all my spells and I'm at full health. But narratively, going into the spooky, abandoned place close to nighttime doesn't seem like a good idea.
Understandable. Up to you guys. All right. You all start to make camp. There really isn't anywhere other than this mansion nearby that could give you protection from the elements, so you're just gonna kind of have to rough it with your tents and things like that. Maybe in a copse of trees nearby to get a little bit of
The cops?
shelter. Yeah, the copse.
Not the cops.
The 5-0 of trees.
Yikes.
Can I roll a survival check to get a good campsite?
Yeah. Decent enough campsite. Like I said, there's
Try.
not a whole lot here. This high up in the mountains, as you've gone fairly high up, like a few 100 feet of altitude probably. It's it's not getting to the point where you have to worry about your oxygen intake, but it is a little bit colder. The trees are a little more sparse, so your camp is just a camp, not anything particularly special.
I put mine and Asper's bedrolls together and pile up our little blankets so we can cuddle.
I'm gonna look to Hugo. Just hold arms out.
Like Uppy's arms?
No,
Oh, thank Christ. Okay.
like hug.
You want to cuddle tonight, Hugo?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, do you see how they're holding each other for warmth or comfort or whatever? Called cuddling. It's
No.
nice. All right.
No.
I respect your decision.
It's always important
No.
to ask consent.
I don't. Well, yes, this is true. But I do not cuddle. I am actually almost impervious to cuddle.
No, it's not. It's not. It's.
It sounds like a challenge to me.
I'm immune
Not.
to the cuddle condition.
Do you not
Consider,
do
you
not you
Think about it like spoons. You have like one spoon fitting into another spoon, like silverware.
I am
and you
done
have-
with this conversation. I am done with this conversation. I do not want to have this conversation any longer.
And that's where babies
Oh.
come from.
Go spoon him as I point to Ireena. And like point back at Ceramic. And walking away.
I'm a little spoon if that helps at all.
I appreciate the offer, but I'd honestly rather prefer to be alone tonight. Nothing against you, just my last bedmate was a little warmer.
Do we know that they broke up?
I don't think so. They kind of did it in the corner away from everybody.
Ireena, do you want to stick by us, or?
Yeah, that got really heavy really fast. Are you okay?
Sorry. I just it's fine.
I call bullshit.
All
Would you
right. I'm
and
not fine, but
Ireena-
I don't particularly want to talk about it just yet.
Consider that they, as your friends, want to help take care of you, and I, by proxy, just want to help.
Maybe in the
Um,
morning.
Yeah. Nick, give her a bit? If this is what I think it is, it's messy.
For what it's worth, I'm following everyone's lead here. But group cohesion is very important.
Do you still have ligaments? Like, what's cohesing your bones together?
That is a very personal question.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
It's like I can feel them, but I can't see them. It's that part. It's very phantom limb, but it applies to everything. I'm not talking about the parts of me that actually work, where I do very much require use of the bathroom, or I can eat food. More along the lines of like.
Do you still have cartilage, or is that mostly degraded?
It's mostly degraded. But like, if I scratch up against poison ivy, my body remembers what that feels like.
Right.
Scratching bones is not easy. It's not pleasant, I'll say. I feel it really deep. I can still crack my knuckles. And it's just an awful sound of like bone grinding against bone.
Yeah, with no flesh in the way, it's just the loudest pops you've ever heard from someone popping their knuckles.
Oh no.
I immediately
all
have
right.
to do all of mine now.
She has, in her mind, successfully diverted Sir Amic from the discussion and goes off to make her camp by herself.
Turns back and looks at everyone. Is she gonna die?
What? Why?
Here-
Why would you say that?
She already has.
The little death.
Yeah. Petite Mon.
Petite more.
So,
More or less.
do you all have a protocol for when she like needs space or anything, considering she's the one that they're chasing?
So, like,
He's
everyone gets upset and they all kind of go their ways and we all kind of freak out. And then we all kind of talk to each other for like half a session or maybe 3 sessions. And then we come back together. And then the next session immediately after, either all have trauma or have conflict. So, no.
Rat, what the fuck are you talking about?
Very meta.
So-
Yeah, Aster looks directly in the camera and tells you exactly what's going on.
Here's
Parkour.
Please, by all means.
she's been another person in our group is in a romantic relationship with Ireena. And it's been difficult because of the other woman's past and loyalties. You know, sometimes relationships are tried out and they don't work, so I'm not sure what's happening between them, but given that they split up when the party split up, yeah.
Well, that's
But
going to make for an
Ireena-
incredibly awkward reunion.
It sure will. But Ireena is smart, and she is one of the more reasonable people that I have met here. So I trust her to stay within eyeshot and earshots. Sometimes you just need a moment to breathe when you're traveling on the road with people like this.
Ceramic is going to just take out the teacup, take a long sip, just looking directly at you, and then just, if you all think it is a fine idea to let her be by herself in this land, given the circumstances, I will not stop you. I will trust you as her friend. But I will say I told you so in roughly 20 minutes if something happens.
I mean,
that's
she's
it.
not, like,
I will rub it in your face.
Going far, far away, I assume.
Yeah, no,
she's like
she's just like, yeah, like in her own corner of the campsite. Yeah.
We stick together. Nobody goes places on their own, besides, the toilet.
or except for when they're sad, or they're upset, or they did something wrong, or they took something, and so on and so forth.
And Amik is gonna lean in a little bit. Let's just say I have a bad feeling. And at least if we are keeping some form of watch, we should have 2 of us up at any given time, no less than.
Yes, of course.
This is
That's
I am
perfectly
just
reasonable
riding
to
on
me.
vibes here, but I
We
don't
usually keep a watch anyway.
But
Alright,
yes.
who's taking first?
I will take first.
I will also go on first.
All right. Both of you make me some secret perception checks.
That is an 18 for me.
It's supposed to be secret.
It's okay. You did secret, not hidden, but it's fine. The 2 of you stay up. I imagine it's a lot of Amik talking to Hugo and Hugo not talking back.
It really is just a lot of Amik telling stories and mostly just telling
Yeah.
stories.
While Amik is going down telling me stories, I am still working on my blast feet, rather.
Blast
It's a nice
Your
foot
blast
you got
buddy.
there.
You
Only a
do
single
look at his like
boot.
you do look at the you do look at his like clockwork foot, and it's just like it's kind of rusted, but it's not like all the way like pocked through or anything like that. And you just like wonder to yourself, do I have a mechanical foot fetish?
So Ceramic is gonna at one point take off their boot and just like hold up their skeleton foot, like not touching, but like a few inches away from, just to see whose feet are bigger. But like in like down to like the wider frame, you know.
What? You
How
put
big
your foot.
are Hugo's
How
feet?
tall? How tall are you?
How tall did I make this person? I did a sturdy skeleton, so probably like in the like 6'4" range, 6'5", tall, very.
I'm an
Big.
entire foot taller than you, so it is safe to say that his feet are quite large.
Got them Shaquille O'Neal feet. The reason he's building these blast feet is because nobody else's shoes will fit him.
You got big
Not
feet.
wrong.
Pretty cool. You don't do
Is there
small talk,
anything else
do you?
that- You have to understand, my nearest companion was a fucking thing that buttered toast in the morning that the master created.
If it makes you feel better, you don't need, complex understandings to do small talk. Small talk would be, what do you think of the weather? I saw a nice rock on the way over here. Look, there's a bunny.
You look and there is indeed a bunny.
Like, look at that shit. Love it.
Is it a clean bunny? Is it just a random white bunny just like chilling?
You, with your very good perception check, look and you see this bunny. It does seem to be like a pure white rabbit, not like a hare, but like a rabbit.
What the
kind of like
Like
nose like twitching. It's staring right at the fire.
Hugo has been wandering the entire fucking land of Ravenloft and all of the domains of Dread, and not a single fucking time has he just seen a normal ass looking bunny. He's seen two-headed bunnies, he's seen decayed zombie bunnies, he's seen some weird ass shit, but never just a fucking normal bunny.
Yeah. That, Hugo, that's a bunny.
I'm aware of what it is. I'm just surprised that it's still alive. And it looks fine.
Well, some people
Takes a few hops.
Actually, wait, I have an idea. Hugo, I'm going to teach you a thing. And I'm going to pull out some kind of like, I assume I have some kind of like trail mix or nuts or something.
Sure.
And I'm just going to like take out like a handful of seeds or
Check
whatever.
mix.
Yeah, and just like start like sort of like breadcrumbing it back over towards us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna teach you how to be friends with a bunny.
You see it goes for like, you think at first it's going for like the trail mix, but then it like hops past what you've laid down on the floor. It's jumping closer and closer to your campsite, but ignoring the food that you put down.
I don't trust this bunny. I'm gonna punch that
Wait.
shit as hard as I can.
Gonna punch the bunny?
Punt. Okay.
Oh, punt.
I'm going for a field goal, y'all.
Go ahead and make an unarmed attack.
As someone who's never had to make an unarmed attack in Pathfinder.
For you, it would be plus 16 to hit.
Okay.
And then 2d4 plus 6 bludgeoning if you do hit.
That is a 31.
Jesus.
You punt the shit out of this bunny. The two of you hear this like, and then you just see it go. This little white blur soar through the sky and then fall into the bushes nearby somewhere.
I think it's gonna eat us alive later.
I
Maybe that thing
wait
don't
till
trust
Sir
that
Amic
thing.
wait till Sir Amic turns around and I go, you know what, now that I think about it, I think I might have contradicted myself. It did kill some bunnies the first time that I had met you all for dinner, so...
Look, it tastes good. I just... Looking at a white rabbit in all this bullshit where it doesn't go for food, I don't trust that.
Fair enough, man. I'm gonna just go back to working on my shit. Continue telling me about that time where had a very funny experience with a group of chickens. And I'm just gonna continue working on my blast foot. Oh my god, it's back!
You see the bunny.
Is it the same bunny?
It looks like the same bunny. Pure white bunny start hopping towards your campsite again.
Son of a
I
bitch.
open the bag of cats.
Oh my god.
You throw a leopard at it.
Yep, there is now a leopard. It's, well, for what it's worth, flavor-wise, it looks like Echo, my cat that has made several cameos now, just leopard size.
Okay. You toss out this cat from your bag of cats, and you produce a
God.
single leopard.
Kill it.
Summon animal. It's a summon, so you tell it to kill the rabbit.
Actually, I'm gonna tell it to scare it off. Scare that thing off.
The very large house cat with the statistics of a leopard goes up toward the rabbit and just like hackles raised, lets out the most terrifying hiss you've ever heard, And the bunny ignores it and keeps jumping toward the middle of your campsite.
I punt it again.
God.
Make another unarmed attack. For anybody who really loves rabbits, I sincerely apologize for this
23.
domestic animal violence.
Also, as a me that really likes bunnies, why are you making this bunny so fucking suspicious?
You didn't have to kick the bunny. That was a you choice.
23.
I'm gonna say
It's
it
just a-
leaps over your foot this time as you try and kick it.
Hugo,
And
get
keeps
it.
jumping.
It's just a fucking bunny. Leave it the fuck alone.
I don't trust it.
It hops over like one of the little campsites that you've been using as like a seat.
It is just going in a straight line.
And then you watch it jump right into the fire. And you just hear the sizzling of its flesh, and the smell of burnt hair immediately assails your nostrils.
Yeah,
As
it was
the bunny
apparently a
just
bunny that
sits-
really fucking hated its life.
Sits in the fire until it stops moving.
Hugo with his metal armor is gonna reach into the fire and just go, just fucking eat it.
Talk about the fucking like forbidden gushers. Damn.
Oh my
And
god.
that's where we're gonna take a break. We'll see you guys
We're taking a
back
break
in
on forbidden gushers.
break on Forbidden Gushers. Yep. We'll see you back in 10 minutes.
It cooked
What the
itself. It
fuck?
was a free meal anyway.
Und welcome back. We pick up the next morning, because nothing else happens that night, other than some delicious rabbit soup in the morning.
May I retroactively make another crafting roll for boots?
You've already done your that counted as part of your downtime for the day when you were also in the wagon. So you can do it again later.
Okay.
But you all wake up the next morning. There is a bit of a windy day ahead of you.
Am I rattling?
Your bones are rattling, like the most ominous wind chimes you've ever heard.
Fucking drinking a glass of milk right now.
The healing
The
potion.
milk. It's the milk.
That's how Sir Hollander does his long rests.
What else am I supposed to do?
That's true. Bit to the bit.
And the mansion of Argynvostholt lies before you. If you need to do any morning preparations, now's the time.
What do we know of what lies inside? Like rumors and stuff.
Could make a society check.
Yeah, I think I can probably justify that too, yeah. Have I been here,
I
John?
don't have...
I don't think
I'm untrained in society. If anybody else wants to do that for me, please.
I don't think there's necessarily any particular
I'm very
reason
bad
for
at society.
Sir Hollander to have been here
Yeah.
in any time recently.
I thought
by the time you were born, it was ruins.
That's gone.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because whenever I do play Pathfinder, somehow I always end up playing high society characters. And
This time, no society.
So, I have a -1, which makes
I have
sense.
+3.
The what?
I would say then just the background that you know is mostly from the Tome of Strahda. That this was once a knightly order of people who their leader was apparently a dragon, unbeknownst to Lady Strahda until it almost ate her. Beyond that, after it was decimated by Lady Strahda's forces, I'd say you've heard whispers of ghosts and zombies and things like that from Argynvostholt, but those could just be idle rumors. Nothing serious or solid, I think. I'm gonna sneeze.
Unicorn.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a ghost sensing spell, so that's good.
I'm gonna make sure I put this.
It's always nice to have a spectre detector on hand.
Sure is.
I'm gonna and yeah, I don't know how to figure this out, but I made Clara. I made you this in case you get hurt, and then if anybody wants, I'm just gonna give it to Surrey.
What
Give
is
you
it?
a talisman.
Our rat
Predators
man
claw.
makes talismans in the morning.
What does it do?
If you put it in the chat, it should show up.
Can I just throw it in the chat? Oh no, that was weird. What? That one. I give that to Ceramic, and I give this to Clara.
You can't drag it from the chat into your character sheet, but you can look it up in the compendium and then add it to your character sheet.
Right. It is a daily thing though, so if you don't use it today, it disappears.
Nice. Oh, but I got a little. I get knocked down. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And you get up again.
I'll protect my friends.
I have no way of accessing this.
Right.
I am not in that other chat.
Are you in the game?
You never gave me any kind of link for it.
Well,
You monster. You monster.
I've just been vibing. I was like, I don't think it's super necessary for me to be able
I mean,
to...
not really yet, but we might need it soon. There's the link.
We've been playing this for a game and a half, and you've missed all of this stuff.
The music, the maps.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was because, yeah, temporary. That makes sense.
No, lad. Speak your words.
I am autistic.
Hey, respect to that.
You gotta tell me stuff. Otherwise, I am gonna be so confused.
Come on, John.
There you go. That's the information.
Where did you...
In the off-topic chat in Discord.
Thank you.
Do you think I
Because I-
should have a spell that lets me talk to a corpse, or a spell that lets me do big damage?
Corpse.
Corpse? Okay.
Oh, I should have Ireena take a long rest as well.
I remember reading about the dragon in the tome. I hope we can find more information about it, because maybe we'll find information about potentially taking her down or gaining support somewhere, or some cool magic item, or I don't know. I also have a feeling we might find something about Patrina too. I don't know why.
If she felt the need to destroy these people, she must have saw them as a threat, so maybe I think any chance to arm ourselves is worth it.
And it can't be a coincidence. I mean, we all just found this dragon pendant in the farm in Barev's. Like, I think we should follow it.
All right.
All right,
You
who wants to go in first?
The big one.
Amek is standing as far away from the door as possible. Like, back of the pack. Just... Mm-mm. Not it. Like, put, like, finger in where nose would be. Not it.
You approach the mansion. In front of the mansion, you see there's a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite with a moss-covered statue of a dragon perched atop it, its wings tucked close to its body. The statue looks east toward the mansion. Beyond that, you can see the main entrance. Flagstone steps flanked by stone railings climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Apparently really like their dragon motif. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Argynvostholt.
Well, looks... We're definitely here.
Sense of anybody else going forward, Clara will step towards the door.
I will step forward towards the door.
I like that idea.
You step forward towards the door and you hear a click behind you. And you see the mouth of the dragon statue open. And you feel this cold breeze kind of breeze past you. And then its mouth closes again.
Do I smell anything?
You smell the tinge of old magic on the air, you would probably guess that this, once upon a time, was a potent magical trap, but over the years has lost most of its potency. It would have hurt a lot more 300 years ago.
I see. I look down at like the floor for any other like potential switches or anything like that, and I check for traps.
You look around, you don't necessarily notice anything else at the moment. The doors seem unlocked, untrapped. Just the foyer beyond.
Alright. Do they open in or swing out?
Probably in.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's probably out, actually. Sorry to ruin your moment, but...
He goes to push. And he's definitely the... Yeah, he goes to push, he feels resistance, and he's like, fuck this, you're gonna open. And he just pushes it open.
I like this guy.
You all hear just, like, splintering wood as the doors are forced open the wrong way, and they just kind of the years have taken their toll enough that they just kind of, you hear the hinges pop and creak, and then and the two doors just fall in, completely broken off of the door hinges.
Those were nice
Oh.
doors.
Turn around and Hugo turns around and says, "You know what? I think that was a pull door as opposed to a push door. I think I might have broken it. I may not have thought this one through. Okay, it's fine."
Good thing is, I don't think anybody lives here anymore, so...
Sometimes you've just gotta smash hole, you know?
You don't say.
Ireena's just like, when the Morning Lord closes a door, just open the door anyway?
Sure, let's go with that.
Sorry, was that bad timing, Scarlet?
Yes. This is not the right kind of stream for me to be spitting milk through my nose.
I don't know, I feel like that'd be very appropriate for Ceramic.
Look, when we stream this on my OnlyFans...
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, unless it's a strange fetish thing, in which case I understand.
Don't you mean OnlyFans?
Only bones.
OnlyFans.
Only.
OnlyFans.
It was right there.
You open the doors into a grand foyer. A room that feels like a king's tomb. A grand staircase leads up to stone balconies held aloft by stone pillars and arches. A tall, faded tapestry depicting a nobleman in silver armor hangs from an iron rod above the staircase landing. 6 sets of double doors lead from this foyer. Along the walls, displayed on marble pedestals, are 3 alabaster busts of handsome men. A 4th bust and its pedestal have been knocked over, and their shattered remains lie strewn across the mosaic floor. 2 chandeliers of wrought iron hang from the ceiling like monstrous black spiders.
Hate
Like
that.
spiders, huh?
Like spiders.
Like
Yeah.
spiders, huh? Okay.
Are we talking like the big, like, that one area of Bloodborne?
Yes. You're in the Carrion Manor from Elden Ring.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna click the start button, go to exit game, and turn off the console.
Gotcha. Suddenly giant hands just leap out of the ground and come to attack you.
So...
Is that real, or is that you fucking around?
That's me fucking around.
It's
There's no
okay.
giant hands.
Can Aster go look at the bugs?
No. Oh
Yeah,
no, Floor
Clara's also
Master!
going
Oh
to
god!
the bus.
Floor masters, yeah. You go over and look at the busts. They all do seem to be knightly figures. They are all wearing the same kind of silver armor as you see in the tapestry. Aside from obviously the broken one, which is in so many pieces that you can't make out any features left from it.
Is there no plaques saying anything about them?
No.
Okay.
If there was, then they've probably been worn away by time, but you don't see anything.
Do you think there was betrayal here? Fourth night, maybe? Rented them out? The Strahda sold them out or something?
I don't know, but I mean, like, as far as I'm aware, my assumption is that she stormed the keep in order to clear the opposition, so to speak. With my new dandy little ring, can I cast Detect Magic?
Of course you can.
Kerchow.
Let me remember how Detect Magic works.
Oh, sorry. It's a 30-foot emanation. But it only lets me cast it at first level, so
At first level.
yeah.
Nothing that you're not already aware of in the area around you.
Okay. Right, first level. Each is cast as a first rank spell.
Yes.
Okay.
You receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic, and you can ignore magic you're already aware of, like your own magic items. So
Right.
nothing magical around you. It's a very large foyer, though. Like, your emanation wouldn't even reach the walls in here, but you're pretty sure that, like, nothing in the immediate area.
Should we stay?
Sorry. Do the busts look familiar at all, or does it look like there's a familiar or familial?
No familial resemblance, and nothing familiar about them, no.
Okay.
And they don't look like the family that I saw in the crypt. The very beginning of my story.
No.
Should we venture forward?
Do you want to
Doors. Are there any doors like leading further in?
There
or
are 6
staircase?
doors in this room, as well as a staircase that leads up to a second floor.
Upstairs?
Three on
or-
the north, 3 on the south side.
What do you think, Amek?
I think I don't like this place.
But the potential is exciting.
I'm
I'm confused. Are we looking at this place to like sell it and like flip it or something like that? Is that what we're doing?
If
Mansion
we could
flipper.
deal with monster thing, then sure. But when I read about knights, I was expecting brighter colors, less ominous rain falling outside, no spiders.
This place was abandoned.
Yeah, it really.
centuries ago.
What I am learning here is do not meet your heroes.
Or one of these people your heroes?
Well, if being bad at mazes has taught me anything, we should go straight ahead.
Straight ahead towards the stairwell.
Probably.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds good to me.
All right, we're going straight up. Do the stairs fit for you, Hugo?
Yes, they're large enough to fit Hugo. They go up and then to the right and left. On the balcony up there, you see there's 2 stone balconies that flank the main foyer. Balusters carved to resemble knights in shining armor support their elegantly carved stone railings. Weapons and shields festoon the walls along each of these walkways, while alabaster busts of handsome men flank hallways that lead north and south away from the foyer. At the west end of each balcony is an archway that leads to a spiral staircase going up.
That's why there's so many
I like.
handsome figures.
I know. They really emphasized how handsome all these sculptures are.
Do you think this
I mean,
Eep and Colt, or not Colt, Order was fond of each other, like as a whole?
Like, were they gay? I mean, probably.
I mean, I'm sure there were men and women and other individuals of the sort who were in the Order. So I don't know, maybe like a big family situation, or
I mean,
The
personally, I
romance.
can't think of any rich people that would want a bust commissioned of themselves where they looked ugly. To be honest, doesn't necessarily mean that they were this attractive in real life.
It's fun
Oh.
to pretend, though.
yeah, sometimes you pretend to be a rat, or like a
But you are a rat.
yeah, but sometimes you pretend to be like a real rat.
Do you gaslight other rats, Asta?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's go
Ah.
to the left staircase.
Let's
Anyway,
I wanna
Um,
find some shit.
I do too.
those two spiral staircases go further up to the third floor.
Oh, wait. Let's check out the second floor. Do we want to keep going up and up and up?
Or is this just like, I thought it was just like a landing with staircases further up, or is there doors?
No,
in here?
there's other doors and hallways to the north and south.
Okay.
There's one hallway both to the north and south. One door each to the north and south as well. And you can see like the staircase kind of wraps around this central column, like what are probably another pair of rooms, and then there's more behind that.
I vote we go north.
North.
Down the north hallway or into one of the rooms.
North hallway.
Um,
Jenny, did she clarify why she wanted us to go to Argynvostholt?
she just thought that it would make you happy.
Sad little
Right.
rat.
Sad little rat man.
If we were a big scary dragon, would we sit at the top of the building, or would we have our own wing of the keep?
Wing.
Based on the stories that I read in the library of my master's manor, I would assume the bottom of the fucking building. The depths below.
That doesn't
Would
sound
house the
pleasant at
dragon.
all.
Oh, I never thought they would sit at the bottom.
Why would they be done? I would think a dragon,
Depends on the
especially
dragon,
a
I
silver
suppose.
one.
I've
I
heard
guess
silver
I'll-
dragons consider themselves somewhat regal.
Yes. I want to be above it all.
You asked
Um,
top of an opinion, I gave answer.
No,
No, it's
Thank you
okay.
for the
It's not
answer.
contradictory. So
It's a good answer.
You, you walking up the northern hallway, you can see, it has branches to the west, east, and south from where you just came from. There's windows in the north wall, and there's also another door to the east that leads into a room where the door is slightly ajar.
open door, open door,
Keep your head in.
open door.
I will open
It looks
the door.
It looks kind of like a maybe a guest room. There's two beds with torn canopies standing against opposite walls with a tattered rug lying on the floor between them. Set into the far wall is a fireplace black with soot, and you can hear a soft hiss issuing from the hearth.
like fresh fire,
Like
or like I guess
embers,
more
maybe.
recent?
Like embers, maybe.
Did the tatters indicate like creatures, or like worn from old age?
Make a society check or survival.
my
dare
spoon.
you.
I threw my spoon.
Don't throw the spoon.
You said survive. No, I'm doing society. We live in a society.
I do a check to see how recently it looks like someone was in here.
Survival for that,
Perception.
definitely.
Survival.
Oh, heck you.
It looks like weaponry that
Hey, yo!
destroyed the rug rather than creatures or anything like that. Clara, you go close. You go to the hearth, and in the fireplace, you see the tiniest ember, just like not even a full piece of coal, just like one tiny ember that is hissing and spitting like it's barely holding on to life in the hearth. And as you're looking, you can even see it almost looks like it's pulling some of the ash around it in towards itself, like it's trying to find something else to burn.
Does it seem magical?
There's no recent signs of use in the hearth. You don't feel like a warmth from it. There's no fresh soot on any of the surfaces nearby. It might be magical, but it's struggling. Is the only way you can think of how to describe it.
Is there any, like, scrap of fabric, chip of wood, anything I can just, like...
There's a
test it
shredded
out?
rug right here.
Yeah.
Am I in the room with Clara?
You can all be in the room if you
Assuming.
want.
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Don't split the party.
I see Clara like looking around, and I'm like, what are you looking for?
It's this fireplace. It's odd. It doesn't look like anybody's been here for a long time, but there's like a candle wick's worth of an ember left in the fireplace. I wonder what would happen if I gave it a little fuel.
Okay, give me a moment. I go to find the most nice and ornate wooden chair that is possibly available.
Wrong.
There's a couple of desks with chairs in front of them with very nice cushions on them. Looks like they're covered in dust from ages of unuse, but they look very flammable.
I pick one up and I go, what? I just crumble the shit.
You go in here.
There's
with
now
the
just
chair.
firewood.
And
it's just
I
kindling
bring it
now.
over to Claire. I bring it over to Clara and I go, will this do?
Yes, very, very well, thank you.
Okay,
Unexpected.
I go, okay, and I throw it in.
You throw it in, and it's almost instantaneous. The ember almost bursts to life, like swarming over the bit of kindling that you threw in. But rather than red, it burns a hot white blue.
Well, shit.
And in a flash, you see it suddenly start to assume a shape as it burns away the kindling into what looks like a very small dragon with wings made of smoke.
Do I know
him.
off the top of my head what kind of
Love him.
creature that would be?
You could make your I know everything check.
Lore? Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
While you're looking at it, it takes off and soars past you all in a flurry of cold air and choking smoke.
Old fire. Cold fire. Cold fire, Jonathan?
Cold fire, yes. It feels like cold rather than burning hot white.
It's
You
silver
have
dragon
not
roast.
heard of anything like this before, Pastor.
Oh, beans. Okay.
Oh, beans.
No beans.
elemental fire? Silver dragons, they breathe cold. Can we follow it?
I would like to.
It was
I take
you.
Esther's.
Why the hell is there a dragon here?
It was a knighthood that served a silver dragon. It was the order of the silver dragon, and we saw a little. I don't know if it's a remnant or a ghost or what. Let's follow it. Getting away.
Lead on.
It is easy to follow the path of smoke if you want to. You just follow your nose. Actually, let's see. No, not that one. That one. There is another spiral staircase right next to where you are. The one you almost went up that leads up to the 3rd floor, and you follow the smoke down a corridor to this area of like choked rubble of part of this building having clearly been broken. You see the roof over this part of the mansion has collapsed, creating a 20-foot diameter gaping hole with broken rafters bisecting it. Dark storm clouds roll across the sky overhead, the floor piled with rocks, broken tiles, shattered beams, and other debris. Beneath the rubble lies a sagging floor and puddles of rainwater. And you see, to the east, you see the smoke is headed in that direction. And to the west, you see a long, what looks like maybe an audience hall that seems empty, but for a chair or almost like a throne-like.
An audience chamber.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throne.
But the smoke leads you through a door to the north rather than to the south. If you follow it, you find a room with that is a haven for dust and cobwebs. 3 narrow windows allow slivers of light to illuminate bare oak shelves along the walls and a torn padded chair lying on its side near a cavernous hearth where you see this creature has settled in, and you can see has brought in a bunch of other kindling and things that is making it become larger and larger even as you're watching.
Does it
a
feel
picture
malicious?
Make a sense motive. A picture above the mantle has been slashed, its lower half hanging down below the frame like a torn piece of flesh. An iron door set in the south corner of the west wall hangs open on one hinge. Not malicious, no. In fact, as you enter this room, it almost seems to look over at you as you all walk in and says, "Come, my dear guests."
Speak.
I can now, yes.
Do you
I
not
had
like
almost,
this?
I'd almost lost everything of what I once was.
What did you used to be?
I was, in life, a dragon by the name Argynvostholt.
You were the leader.
You're still here.
I am. As
Master
are
starts
my
getting really
knights.
giddy. It's like jumping up and down.
You're knight own.
You've just been here by yourself?
Souls cannot pass out of Barovia.
That may be true now, but when we died, that was not so. When Strahda came to this place with her armies, she laid waste to each and every one of us. I was tied to the stone of this place, and my nights, filled with fury over my death, remained here as revenants.
Oh, so that's what we're dealing with in here. Hmm.
Any grief? You returned?
The grief over the desecration of my body, of everything that we stood for.
I'm sorry for what you have been through and what was done to you. Can you tell us, why was Strahda afraid of you? Why did she see you as such a threat?
Why does any tyrant consider someone a threat?
In your case, I'm assuming it's because you were a fucking dragon. Like, just to, you know, put the, like, I'm not gonna mince word about it. I thought dragons were fake, being completely honest.
What?
Do you see where I live?
That's
There.
I
You're
found
not
out about
alone.
dragons from a book. I thought someone was really, really high and maybe saw a lizard jump off of a tree that they were sitting underneath. And now you're telling me that those big fire-breathing things, which I think were probably my favorite part of most of those stories, those are real, and I am talking to one right now.
That is correct.
It's a good fucking day for me.
I would assume that it is because that you possessed information that not only from the masses but scared her.
I'm almost wondering if you could just kill, like, do it yourself. Like, are you stronger than Strahda?
Maybe once I was.
But you're as
This-
good once as you ever was.
The rat slaps the crap out of you.
I know not why Strahda found us such a worry to her rule. We were a brotherhood of the valorous. We battled corruption. Perhaps she was a tyrant still in those days and considered us a threat because she knew that she would do terrible things.
Yeah, the way that you described that, it's kind of hard to not go, yes, we're an order of peace and justice, and we're against tyrants. Why did this person kill us? Like, it's right. I don't mean to be rude, but it's right there.
I'd like to
She was-
attempt to. I'd like to attempt to grab Sir Amic's skull, pop it off, and just kind of put it into a bag.
I don't think it works that way, unfortunately.
No, can't. No.
But can it?
But it would be very funny, I understand.
Consider this,
but-
please.
I
But
think that might
consider-
just kill me.
I would like it.
You've clung to this place for so long. Is there any way we could bring you back to more of your former power? In any
Or at
way?
least ease the souls of your men. There's so many people I have not been able to help as a cleric of a death goddess. It is my duty to help souls move on.
So long as the mists persist, you will find that difficult. But there is perhaps some solace you can offer my knights. They can no longer hear me, but I can hear them. Their hatred burns like a brand against what is left of my soul. There is some corruption here in this mansion that stems from the darkened beacon in the highest tower, but I am unsure of its provenance.
Would you like us to go check it out?
It would ease my burden if you were to ease the burden of my once knights. You may find them unwilling to listen to reason until you deal with whatever this corruption is, though.
How many knights remain?
A fair few. There is perhaps a dozen, maybe 24. Among them, the last captain of my order, Vladimir Horngard. He is lost to his grief and his dread and anger, and it is his orders that the rest follow. If you encounter him, be careful.
Of course. And if we clear this corruption, they would be more willing to listen?
I hope so.
Our ultimate goal, at least mine, is find a way to free this land from Strahda. If we help you, will you help us achieve our goal?
You hear this apparition snort, and there's this brief burst of like cold fire air that blows over all of you, and says, if you lay the souls of my knights to rest, I will, in whatever form I can, aid you.
We will do all that we can.
I have a question. Is there information in these halls about potentially breaking the line between the barrier of souls that are lost in the loop of Barovia, so that we can guarantee that your men's souls go off into the other planar existences of, the afterlife and such?
Ours was a knightly order, not an arcane one. That knowledge is beyond us, not only because it is not our provenance, but also because it happened long after we died. While they may be trapped in the mists, they will at least have their suffering eased and be able to move on to more than just revenge. I do know that the Lady Strahda, there is something that she did to herself far to the south.
In the Ember Temple.
Didn't we just come from there?
We were going there.
She made the bargain.
Her soul was taken by some dark god and changed her into what she is.
God,
Vampire.
vampire.
If that is its name, then that is its name. My knights now live only for Lady Strahda's suffering. Corrupts them. It is unbecoming of them. Please, save them from their own hate.
Even the purest of intentions can be poisoned. You said the highest tower?
We'll find it, yes, in the highest tower.
Clara will look to the rest of Forget-Me-Nots and Guest.
Please. Will you? This is is what I need. This is what my order, what my goddess stands for. This is everything. Will you help me? I can't leave them here.
I already want to do this. I'm on board.
We had a lot of exposition to have turned and walked away if we didn't want anything to do with it.
Yes, exactly. But are they emotionally invested in this story? We can't leave it at an unsatisfying conclusion.
Are you okay
I thought
with
you put the
this,
cat
Cal?
back in the bag. What is it doing here?
No, I never put the cat back in the bag.
Oh, can it go back in the bag?
It doesn't. It's a spell. It casts summon animal, so however long that lasts, but realistically speaking, I can only use the bag to either turn into a cat or summon a cat. I'm going to keep summoning the cat because I don't want to be a cat. I want to be a skeleton.
Work.
Descend back down to the ground level of the mansion, into the Chapel of Mourning. You will find 2 spiral staircases that lead up to the beacon. Be safe, and I look forward to seeing my knights again.
Thank you. And we will do what we can, Lord Argynvostholt.
And with that, the apparition kind of shimmers and coalesces into a small ember again. Not as sputtering and sad as it once was, but clearly like trying to conserve energy rather than burn through all of the fuel that it's grabbed and put in this hearth.
Little Calcifer boy.
Look out,
Love
Superboy,
him.
yeah.
I love him.
I can fix him.
I can fix him.
He doesn't need to be fixed. It's all the rest of the knights that need to be fixed.
That too.
Exactly. We can fix them.
So we have to go all the way back down to the Chapel of Mourning.
All right. You all head back down.
Can we proceed cautiously?
Absolutely. If you guys, I'll ask you to roll a stealth check if it becomes necessary, but for now you are proceeding cautiously. Back down the way you came fairly easily. You head around the backs of the 2 staircases to where the chapel apparently is. And through a door you find cracked wooden pillars supporting a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs the stone-walled chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony, and a door set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas-relief. Tall arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass and allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. Through the fog, you see 3 armored figures kneeling before the altar. And now would be a good time for those stealth checks.
The Revenants, I assume.
Most likely.
Either Revenants or Death Knights.
Yeah.
Trust me, you do not want to be facing Death Knights yet. You better pray that they're Revenants.
Can I take a shot with this? Because I have it in stealth.
Can you take a what?
Assurance in it? Like, just the 10?
Oh yeah, you can just take 10 if you want, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's 23.
Also a 23.
23?
Is it secret or is it public?
Secret, please.
Secret. Okay.
I am actively pulling the shadows around me to increase the DC.
I am
Sure.
sorry that I apparently don't understand the meaning of a secret roll.
It's okay.
I'm just honest with people.
Alright.
For you, Bestie.
And you get a +2 for your stealth because of that, Clara, right?
Yeah.
Right. And this percentage. Okay. So very quietly, you all kind of step through the pews toward the northern stairwell. And though Hugo, you feel your foot kind of like clink against some of the glass, you all remain quiet enough to reach the stairwell without being accosted, apparently, and start to climb up. Very narrow. It's actually kind of a tight fit for Hugo, with as large as you are, but for the rest of you, you see narrow windows that allow dim light to enter this 5-foot wide spiral staircase. You walk up several floors, past the chapel's balcony, and up to... Which one is this? It is...
The beacon.
A beacon. The parapet narrows to a width of 10 feet, ending before a sturdy wooden door set into the wall of the eastern tower.
Alright.
Creep up the stairs. I make sure my lantern's off.
You go to open the door, but it is barred from the inside. You kind of like push, and it clearly isn't. It isn't locked. There's something on the other side that is stopping you from getting in.
What if Hugo pushes?
What if Hugo pushes it?
What?
That's what I was saying.
Hugo's the pusher.
Actually, wait. Sorry, that's the wrong one. You actually bypass that to following the stairs. You actually find your way to a wooden landing with 3 windows that look out over the roof of the mansion. And flanking the windows are 2 narrow wooden doors.
Is there a map I should be seeing?
No. Not yet.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure because you were talking. Yeah, sorry. Is there a keyhole on it? I know you said it's not locked. I know you said something's blocking it, but is there like a key?
Sorry, we bypassed that. That was a different spot than I thought it was.
So it's 2 thin doors, right? You said.
Yes.
Like.
Going further up.
I would like to check for traps.
No traps that you see.
Can I attempt to detect magic in that immediate space too again?
Is it stopped by barriers? Can't recall. Or is
I
it
assume lead. I don't know if that's a D&D specific thing, but yeah.
Might be. You guys are heading back here, essentially. I will say that there's nothing magical around other than what you've already seen.
Okay.
You continue climbing these wooden stairs to the tower's peak, which has a stone floor and a 30-foot high pitched roof. You guys are probably like a solid 100 feet in the air at this point. You see ravens roosting on crisscrossing rafters coming and going through small holes in the roof. 10-foot high, 5-foot wide arched windows are evenly spaced around the walls. Each window consists of a lead latticework fitted with small panes of transparent glass. To the north and east, through the windows, you see lies a mist-shrouded valley with dark woods, a small town, and a lonely windmill on a precipice. To the south, a river flows through a foggy marsh, and to the west, between rocky hills, you glimpse the abbey perched on a snowy mountainside beyond a long stretch of fog-smothered pines. And on the floor in this area, you see bones. The bones of a very large creature that could probably only be a dragon. But there's something very obvious missing here. There is no dragon skull with the statue, with the skeleton.
You can see everything from up here.
Done to you.
Clara's eyes are just on the skeleton.
Which one, me or the dragon?
Big guy. I mean, you're very
Um,
handsome, but like this is size matters.
Aster.
Yeah.
In here, like you can see the beacon in here. It's basically like a giant lighthouse almost, which is empty and dead. There is no beacon burning, no light coming from it. But you feel a strange draw towards it, nevertheless. Just you.
I walk towards it, and no, we don't see anything besides the bones of the dragon, right?
Just ravens flitting in and out.
Okay. I'll turn my lantern back on and get closer to the space cautiously.
In the light of your lantern, in the bowl of this beacon, you see the light catches something metallic and sharp that reflects the light back at you. And you see what looks like 2 or 3 inches of what looks like the tip of a sword.
The last piece.
One of the pieces. Guys,
What is it?
I think it's another piece of the weapon.
How many do we have now? Is that 3? Can we
think
lay
that's
them out? See
3.
how much
What
is left? How much
What
do we have
exactly are you
left?
putting together?
So, long story short, there's a prophecy and there's a magic weapon we have to put together, and we're looking for pieces of it. This appears to be the tip of the sword.
Huh.
If I grab it, does anything
You
happen?
reach out to grab it, and you feel your hand almost repelled. And suddenly, in the light of your lantern, you see this swirling column of like black smoke in the beacon. It
I
almost
step back.
feels like a physical, malevolent presence.
Hold on, I have a bit for that.
I take out my new weapon,
Mm.
and I hold up the
In your
lantern.
weapon.
Can I
Uh,
cast Spirit Sense?
I am
Sorry.
juggling a dagger.
It
It has a mechanical benefit, I promise.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so Spirit Sense. You do get the sense that this is a haunt of some kind.
I know what haunts are.
You can go ahead and make a religion check, and you get a +1 status bonus from Spirit Sense.
Blind or public?
Blind, please.
Jonathan, do I need to make a secret check to find anything about the haunts? Because it says traps,
well-
environmental hazards, haunts, and secrets.
What were you doing with the lantern? Sorry.
Nothing. I was just holding it out to the presence. I don't know if it does anything special for it, like in terms of exposing it.
It allows you to find haunts naturally. So you essentially find the same thing that Clara does in this moment.
Okay.
Clara, it's hard to parse out. You get the sense that this haunt it's tied to something that's not right here. That whatever is keeping this malevolent force present, that's preventing you from reaching into the beacon, it's emanating from someone or something nearby. And in your mind's eye, you see a brief flash of a face that you haven't seen before, but it's very clearly strong Barovian features, but as if they'd gone a little bit wonky, as if you're seeing them through like a frosted mirror, a frosted pane of glass, wearing what you would recognize as the livery of the Order of the Silver Dragon, the same plate armor that you saw on the busts and statues downstairs. This knightly figure with the deepest frown that you've ever seen on a person's face, bar none. You can sense that this malevolent force, this deep and utter loathing, this energy surrounding the beacon is emanating from whoever this person is.
Vladimir.
The head of the guard.
Captain. Argynvostholt. He said Vladimir was corrupted the deepest. I think this beacon is tied to his will. We may have to defeat him, calm him, quell his spirit. I don't think there's any disabling the beacon without facing him. I think they're tied too deeply.
Well, sounds pretty simple overall. Get past one guy and put a hand on the beacon.
Yeah, but I think the issue is the one guy commands all the others. I believe the dragon spirit said there were dozens.
He is a
Ireena-
knight. What are you thinking, Ireena?
Kind of looking at it and the malevolent force. I'll roll a religion check for her as well and see if she gets anything else out of this. She's not the best at it, but not terrible. She is looking at it and just... You can see like she visibly shudders, like... I've never felt so much hatred from a single person. Not even Lady Wachter was this dirty inside.
He's had a long time to become the way that he is now. When you're a spirit, you don't just have emotions. Your feelings, your memories.
You become them.
Exactly. But at his core, he is still a knight. Perhaps we can work out terms.
Well, knights do love a duel, from my understanding.
Exactly.
Make a wager of some kind with whatever set of rules, though a knightly competition, the terms might be specific. It would be difficult to... You could not challenge him, say, to archery competition if there's no bows, or if he does not have access to a bow. So if it's a duel, it would be one person on equal footing, with weapons of the challenger's choice.
I think that it may be safest to try to negotiate a deal or some kind of combat or match, so he doesn't call in all of the other knights.
Maybe we could calm him in some fashion. don't know how, but also,
Give him a
What-
handkerchief? That seems to work a lot in stories.
I don't think a handkerchief will soothe the raging deep emotions that have been harbored within him for 300 years.
Deep dark emotions in me for 300 years. He's not special.
And maybe you'll relate to him. I don't know. I'm not good with my emotions now.
You're like 6. Like inches. Like you are tiny.
I'm 3'8", thank you.
Like 4 whole inches.
It's right here.
There's-
3 feet 8 inches.
There's just a
62
lot
pounds.
less. There's just a lot less of those negative emotions in you because you're so small.
Okay. Yeah, you're so right for that one. Also, wouldn't you want your strongest person guarding your most precious item? He's nowhere near here. Where would
Perhaps
he
we
be if
speak
not
with him,
here?
and if nothing else, perhaps knowing his mind will let us know more about how to approach this.
But like, for what it's worth, I mean, if he's not, I mean, we just keep trying to touch the beacon until it works, or he comes and says, "Hey, don't touch my beacon."
Do we want to agitate the nightly revenant? I mean, we can if we want.
If it would make him show up, then we don't have to look for him, and then we could challenge him to a duel without potentially running into other people. Just saying.
The backlash of a spirit's emotional turmoil is not easy to come back from once you agitate it. I feel
This
like
is
if
why
we-
ghosts scare the fuck out of me. I barely know how to navigate normal human conversation. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
you know,
Ireena looks like she wants to say something about the fact that you're a skeleton, and then decides not to.
my caretaker would say a lot about empathy was the strongest tool to a broken spirit, but
Is it one of those times where, like, what if we're depressed enough, then maybe he might try to console us? Do you mean like that kind of empathy?
no, I mean,
Because I can let the wellspring flow, man.
I think
got a lot.
I know. I think in a situation like this, he's been focusing so long on the negative, on what he has lost, and what was taken from him, and what he can't have anymore, and what he wasn't able to do. Maybe I'm projecting a bit, but this might be a situation where we need to remind him there's more to life in it. Just because he lost something dear to him, it doesn't mean that the whole world is beyond saving. It doesn't mean there isn't still good that can be done.
So let's go find him.
Throw him a party. Paper mache dragons.
Alright.
Where are you going to get the glue and the paper?
I'm sure there's horses somewhere around here.
Well, you go look for the paper mache. We'll go look for the revenant. How's that?
I am not walking through this establishment alone. Thank you very much.
Would you like to hold hands?
Yes, please.
Okay.
The way that you need to
Oh.
understand the way they do this is they are juggling a knife in one hand consistently throughout all of this. They are grabbing your hand with the hand they are juggling the knife. Grab, catch, toss, grab. Like he's going between flipping the knife, holding your hand, flipping the knife, holding your hand, flipping the knife, holding your hand.
How about I just take your arm instead? Like the.
They're still just flipping the knife.
Yeah, I want
Amazing.
to have you give you hand free to juggle your knife.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me? Well, actually, Aster, roll me an occultism check.
Yay.
As essentially what I think you're doing here is you're trying to follow the stream of this negative energy. Like the lantern, you see this wispy trail of smoke leading from this corrupted aura down through the building.
Like threads of malevolence. Ooh.
Sure.
So,
And you follow it very well, actually. You wind up backtracking a lot down the stairs all the way back to the foyer, up the stairs to the area where you met Argynvostholt the second time. That area where the roof had collapsed in. You see it threading through to the west room that you saw the chair in that you did not go into. And you can see it like terminating directly in the chair, which is turned away from you, so you can't see anything more than one gauntlet wrapped around the hilt of a very ornate-looking greatsword. It's a 50-foot long, 30-foot wide audience hall that has mostly crumbled. There's a gaping hole in a pile of rubble. There's weapons and shields that once clearly hung from the walls that have fallen to the floor and succumbed to rust. The large wooden throne is carved to resemble a dragon with unfolding wings that faces the three tall windows to the west.
To the rest of the party, I'll say. So when it looks like he's over there, am I just saying hi, or feels like he's waiting for us, waiting for someone?
Blade called to you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Looks like you're up, buddy. I wish you luck.
And
Thanks.
You got this.
Big point. I'm right behind you.
Our friend would like to challenge you to a duel.
Son of a bitch! I was gonna say something.
Alex, shut the fuck up!
There is no movement from the chair. No response.
If you step forward, Aster, Clara is behind you with a hand on your shoulder.
Which also means I'm behind you, probably with my other hand on your shoulder, switching between the knife and the hand on your shoulder.
Love that. Okay, don't stab me, please. Vladimir Hornguard, we seek an audience with you.
The corpse should be left well alone.
Well, fuck you too then, damn!
Go away.
We've come to discuss your lord? Is it lord?
Lord,
We've come to discuss your lord and the state of this establishment.
You hear a creaking. What you think at first might be the chair, but you realize as you see the hand tighten around the sword is the creaking of bones long decayed. As you see it start to stand up and turn.
If you have come to destroy me, know this. I perished defending this land from evil over 4 centuries ago. And because of my failure, I am forever doomed. If you destroy this body, my spirit will find a new corpse to inhabit, and I will hunt you down. You cannot free me from my damnation, nor would I wish it.
Question, why exactly would you hunt us down?
Revenge.
But like, we're not the ones that made you lose that last fight. Like, what exactly are you exacting revenge on?
It's alright, Mick.
Being better than you? Because if we
Sorry,
can beat
Mick.
you in a fight,
Sir Amick! Sir Amick! Please! You can't do this.
I'm just trying to figure out the terms of the contract by which, if we
You
are
are
to pay him
going to
for whatever
Why?
reason, I have no long-term commitment.
We all start bickering.
My character will leave. I will leave happy. Or die.
Why
I
are
don't
you
Tase,
know.
here?
Sir,
Well,
I
he'll be
tased Sir Amic.
Why have you come to this place?
I'm just
Do you know-
following everybody else. And steps back and lets everybody else talk.
We do not wish to destroy you. We just wish to defeat the evil that took down this place. We seek support, and
You hear the bones creak even more tighter as, like, you can almost see the bones starting to peek through the skin as he tightens his grip on the greatsword even tighter.
I'm gonna lean over to the other two that are not talking to this guy right now. Is that what I sound like?
There is no monster I hate more than Strahda von Zarovich. She slew Argynvostholt, broke the life of the knight I loved, and destroyed the valiant order to which I devoted my life.
And death, apparently.
But Strahda has already died once. She cannot be allowed to die again.
Wait, sorry, clarifying
Yeah.
question. Not trying to be a dick. You've also died once. At least.
he's not wrong.
Indeed,
So, have you died more than once?
yes.
Okay, second question. If you have died more than once and come back, and Strahda has died, as you said, once and been fine, I think on a ratio-wise thing, you're doing a lot better than she is. Just saying.
She must suffer eternally in the hell of her own creation.
I think
Whatever
she's
can be
kinda vibing.
done to bring her misery and unrest I will do, but I will destroy anyone who tries to end her torment.
Don't you want your people free?
Are you okay?
Why was it that you became a knight? Why was it that you chose to serve your master?
Kind of leans back, and you hear this throaty, dusty chuckle emit from his throat.
Forgot my oath long ago.
You remember the contract?
There was no contract.
I mean, like, metaphorically.
I don't presume to know what you have been through, but I have seen what is going on here. Hatred begets hatred. Blood begets blood. We all want them to hurt. I want them to hurt for what they have done to me and mine. That is not all that there is. There was a sun here once before. Could be again.
You will not be swayed from this path.
Oh my god.
Then I will remove you from it.
I'm sorry, can I just... One question, just one...
And he
one
immediately
more-
starts to run forward towards all of you, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Will it I wanted to intercede.
Sorry.
So... I'm gonna
Thanks.
be I'm gonna be patronizing this guy the whole fight. I'm sorry,
Good.
everyone.
I appreciate it.
No, do it. Do it. Do
Uh,
it. Do it. Do it.
Thanks
Okay,
for
say
joining
true.
us this week, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Join us again next week with the castle crowd as they take on the village of Barovia, and we're certainly nothing bad will happen ever, because nothing bad happens in the village of Barovia. But until then, enjoy your week, and we shall too, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Night, folks.
Bye.